So this is video 2 of distributions, how to summarize them, how to talk about them. When is the median a better measure of center? When it's skewed. When it's skewed, the median will be better. Look how it's not affected. Look, let's keep going. And you might say, well, that's just a silly simulation. But even if we did that, if we had the same number of data points, and for instance, ages in the classroom, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 12, 13, 12, 11, 10, 12, 13, right? All those ages in our class. Let's say all of my students' ages from 10 to 13, right? The average is going to be, the mean is going to be right there. The median is going to be around 11 and 12. But now we throw in Mrs. Reynolds' age, or we throw in some of our other teachers' ages, right? In our 30s and our 40s. That's going to pull the mean. Look at that. That's going to pull the mean up, whereby the median will still be in the 11 and 12 range, because that's where most of the data is going to be. So the center of the data will still be there. Okay, let's go back. So when would this be the best measure of center? The median, the middle value, when it's skewed. So the mean would be fine. See how it's skewed? This is kind of skewed to the right. I would say this is skewed to the left. Oh, I know. See, they're hard, but that's what I would call it. It's called skewed left. This is a pretty uniform distribution. And this is a bell-shaped distribution. So these two would be the representation that's best for the median. Let's just look at all these questions. The median, again, see how it's kind of pulled left, pulled right? And this is bell-shaped and uniform. So median is best when it's skewed, when we have a skew. Let's take a look at the last one. The median, yeah, see how it's best? This is uniform, bell-shaped, skewed, skewed. This type of math takes that. You've got to take the time to think about it. That's all I can say. Ooh, so which statement is true about this distribution? Now, I worked with students on trying to interpret data. These are skills you're just beginning to develop, but they're important skills because, like I've said, data is all around you. Data is used to make decisions. Companies use data to make decisions. You're going to use data to make decisions. And it's going to come at you in all shapes and sizes. So to just start to develop your comfort on interpreting what does it mean will help you. This one to me is clearly it has an outlier. Boom. Wow. Clearly because that long whisker. So when we have an outlier, we could say the total range, which is the distance from the minimum to the maximum, is 120. But take a look. Most of the data is between 0 and 48. Right? So using the IQR, which stands for interquartile range, that's the distance from 15 to 48, would be a more accurate representation of the spread of the data. The spread kind of also describes the change, the variability, how far apart they are, kind of tells you how different each data point is. Okay, so let's take a look. The other answers why they're not true. It does have an outlier. So look for that outlier, right? Has no outlier, so you know it's not this one. Now, the reason we don't say the range when it does have an outlier is look at that. That's trying to say that the data varies from 0 to 120. But this box and whisker plot implies that there's not that many data points out here, right? In fact, most of our data, 50% of our data, should be between Q1 and Q3. Right in here. So most of our data is in this range, which means because of this outlier, I would use the IQR to describe the variability or the spread of the data. This could be something I wish more tangible data would be, because it would make more sense, right? It would make a lot more sense. And right now I can't think of anything. So all right, thanks guys. Let's take a look at one more. I want to talk about this one. This one looks pretty symmetrical. It does. It doesn't look like it has outliers. So you can get rid of the ones that say has an outlier, has an outlier. So we know we're looking for no outliers. When you have no outliers, it's really up to you if you want to use the IQR or the range. That's the neat thing about statistics, is it does give you a lot of freedom to describe what you think makes the most sense.